Hello, this is Sushant Banerjee. In this video, we are going to discuss the mechanism of gene regulation at transcription level in prokaryotes. Clear? In the previous video, we had talked about the gene expression and the gene regulation. The link of this video, I will put it in the description box. Clear? So now, in order to understand the mechanism of gene regulation, first of all, we need to know how the transcription occurs and where and how the transcription can be controlled. Clear? So, for that, we need to know what is transcription unit first. Clear? So, just before starting the transcription unit, we must remember that there are two types of gene in the perspective of gene regulation. That is constitutive gene and
the genes whose expressions can be regulated.
constitutive genes are those whose expression we can't regulate. On contrary,
The genes whose expression can be regulated
are those whose expression can be controlled. Clear? Which expression can be regulated. So first of all, I am going to discuss the transcription unit of the normal genes, that is the constitutive genes, which are continually synthesized without any pause. So this is the transcription unit and this is the double-stranded DNA stretch. Clear? And there are three genes, gene A, gene B and GC. They are denoted as structural genes. Why? What are the structural genes? Structural genes are those genes
whose
products are never involved or participate in regulation process. In contrast to structural genes, there are another type of genes called regulated genes.
whose
Product is always participate.
in regulation process.
Now, upstream to the structural genes, there is a promoter sequence. Clear? Where the RNA polymerase, I am showing you, assume this is the RNA polymerase, which binds to the promoter region and goes all through the length of the DNA and produce a single mRNA. Clear? And the
RNA polymerase falls from the DNA at the
terminator region. What is the terminator? Terminator is a sequence of DNA which may be the part of the gene C. Clear? It is the region where when the
RNA polymerase comes
falls from the DNA and complete the transcription process and produced a single mRNA. Clear? As I am talking about the prokaryotic transcription process. As we know that prokaryotes are polycystronic in nature, then
what does polycystronic means?
here the term polycystronic
Came from the word
cystron. Cystron simply means genes. So here polycystron means many genes. Here 1, 2 and 3 structural genes, that is gene A, B and C, transcribed as a single mRNA. So this
mRNA is called polycystronic mRNA.
in contrast to monocystronic, which is found in eukaryotes, where a single gene produces a single RNA.
which may form a single protein.
But in prokaryotes, a bunch of genes transcribed as a whole and produce a single mRNA, so that it is called polycystronic. So in prokaryotes, this single mRNA, which is a product of three genes, that is gene A, B and C, which may fragmented and undergo separate translation process and produce three proteins, that is protein A, protein B and protein C. Clear? So what are we talking about? We are actually talking about the transcription unit. So what is the transcription unit? The answer is transcription unit is the stretch of DNA which contains promoter
The
genes which is to be or are to be transcribed and the
terminator
in the order I have told. So the told order of promoter, structural genes and the terminator constitutes a transcription unit. So this is the structure of the transcription unit possessed by all the normal genes, better to say the constitutive genes for their transcription. Clear? Now the genes which can be regulated possess some extra element
in comparison to normal ones.
in order to regulate their expression. Okay, now we are going to see the elements of the genes
Whose expression can be regulated.
Okay. So this is the structure or the elements of
Genes whose expression can be regulated.
so These are the three genes, that is gene A, gene B and gene C. These are the structural genes whose expression we need to control. For this, there are different elements in comparison to the normal ones. What are the different structure? So, which are the different structure found in this DNA stretch? First of all, we had to recognize the previous transcription unit in order to recognize the extra elements. The promoter for the structural genes, this is the promoter region which we had learned in the previous transcription unit. Now, just next to the promoter of the structural genes, there is another region which is new to this, is the operator region. What is this? We are going to tell the function of operator region. Clear? Now, I am separating this DNA stretch into two by demarcating this with a white line. Clear? So I am here compartmentalize this DNA stretch into two compartments. This is compartment 1 and this is compartment 2. Clear? So what is the compartment 1? The compartment 1 is the main unit which control the regulation, while the compartment 2 is a region where the regulation occurs. Clear? So I have told about the compartment 2, which contains the promoter for the structural genes, a operator region, the function of which I am going to tell, and the three structural genes whose expression is need to be controlled. Clear? But upstream to this compartment 2, there is another region which I named compartment 1, which is the main regulatory unit, and the product of this region actually controls the regulation. Clear? So now, what the compartment 1 contains? Compartment 1 generally contains
Two elements. What are the two elements? The two elements are the
here the magenta color segment and a orange colored segment. The magenta color segment is the promoter of the regulated gene, and the orange color segment is the regulated gene itself. Regulated gene is a gene whose product is called a regulator, which can regulate the expression of the structural genes. Here, this is the difference between the regulated gene and a structural gene. Clear? The RNA polymerase binds at the promoter region for the regulated gene and transcribe the regulated gene and producing a mRNA for the regulated genes. This mRNA further translated to form a protein. This protein is called the regulator or the repressor, which actually binds at the region called the operator. So, what is the function of the promoter of the structural gene? Promoter of the structural gene is the normal promoter region, what we had seen in the previous, that is the normal transcription unit. Here, a RNA polymerase binds and go through the structural genes and transcribe the structural genes. Clear? But when the regulator or the repressor binds to the operator region, it actually blocking the path of the RNA polymerase to transcribe the three structural genes, that is gene A, B and C. So when we need to turn off the transcription of these three structural genes, we need to bind the regulator or the repressor to the operator region, thereby blocking the RNA polymerase at the promoter region. Assume this yellow colored block is the RNA polymerase for the structural genes. Clear? And while this white colored protein is the repressor or the regulator which binds at the operator region. But before binding, this RNA polymerase easily move towards the structural genes to transcribe the structural genes. But when the white colored protein, that is the regulator, binds at the operator region, the RNA polymerase stall at the promoter region,
can't move
towards the structural gene, because just ahead of the promoter there is a regulator which actually blocks the RNA polymerase to move
forward, thereby turning off the transcription of the structural genes. Clear?
So this is how the regulation occurs. Now we need to remember the previous video where we had talked about the genes which can be regulated are of two types, inducible genes and repressible genes. Now we need to know about these two genes. What are inducible genes? Inducible genes are those whose expression is somehow turned off. We need to start the transcription by regulation, while repressible genes are those whose transcription is somehow turned on, which is actively expressing genes. Clear? We need to turn off their transcription by regulation.
Now we need to learn two new terms, positive control and negative control.
In case of inducible genes, by regulating it, we are going to start the transcription, that is turning on the transcription. So this type of control or regulation mechanism is called positive control. While in repressible genes, where we need to turn off the transcription by regulation, is called negative control. So in case of positive control, we are actually
Turning on the transcription, and in case of negative control we are turning up the transcription by regulation.
and this division of these genes, inducible and repressible genes, are solely on the basis of regulation at transcription level. Clear? So we have studied the general elements which are needed to regulate the genes at the transcription level. Now I am again going to the DNA stress. This, okay, I am going to clear out by erasing some writings. So this is the compartment 1, the regulatory unit, and the compartment 2, which contains the structural gene. Just a few minutes ago, we have studied the function of all the elements clearly. Now we need to understand
What are their function during induction and repression?
expression. Clear? So in order to study this,
Two events properly,
we need to know a structure which is called the operon. What is operon? I am telling you, all the elements of the compartment 2, that is the promoter for the structural genes, operator and the structural genes, altogether constitute the operon. So here operon is the normal transcription unit, clear, which contains an extra element called the operator,
which is actually extra to the
transcription unit,
of the constitutive genes.
which provide an opportunity for controlling the transcription of the structural genes. So this structure is called the operon. Clear? Now we are going to discuss about the induction process, where the transcription of the structural genes is somehow turned off. We need to turn it on by regulation. So here the regulatory gene product is the regulator or the repressor, binds to the operator region and blocking the RNA polymerase to bind at the promoter region of the structural genes. By this, the RNA polymerase can't transcribe the structural genes. So this is the condition here actually happens. So we need to turn on the transcription by removing the regulator or the repressor from the operator region. Clear? So in order to achieve this,
We need to employ another molecule called effector molecules.
what are the effector molecules? Effector molecules are the any molecules which may be a sugar or amino acid or other thing which actually interacts with the regulator. Let's assume this blue colored molecule is the effector molecule. This effector molecule interacts with the regulator or the repressor, which is now occupies the operator region. Clear? The effector molecule goes and binds with the regulator. This binding or this interaction of the regulator and the effector molecule uncouples the regulator from the operator region, and thereby making a room for the RNA polymerase for binding at the promoter region. So now the RNA polymerase can bind at the promoter region. it can go through the structural genes and produce a mRNA. Clear? So this process of turning on the transcription of the structural gene is called induction. Now I'm again coming to the effector molecules. Here I am saying that the effector molecule interacts with the regulator or here the effector molecule, after binding to the repressor, actually uncouples the repressor from the operator and turning on the transcription, so that in case of induction these effector molecules are called inducers. Clear? Okay. Now, in case of repression, actually the genes are actively transcribed by the RNA polymerase, which continually transcribe the structural genes. Clear? Now, we need to stop the transcription of the genes by regulation. This process is called repression. So, for this, what we can do? Very easily, we can set the repressor or the regulator at the operator region and thereby blocking the RNA polymerase from transcribing, as the RNA polymerase blocked for the forward movement, which can't go forward the operator and transcribe the structural genes. But here the regulator or repressor can't bind the operator region alone itself. It needs an effector molecule. This effector molecule first binds
with the regulator.
so this effector and the repressor complex can bind to the operator region. The regulator or the repressor itself or alone can't bind to the operator region until or unless the effector molecule binds with the
Repressor.
so after binding of effector molecule with the regulator, the effector regulator complex binds to the operator region and blocking the RNA polymerase from transcribing those structural genes, thereby turning off the transcription. Now the effector molecule which joins the free repressor and helps binding at the operator region and thereby turning off the transcription is called, this effector molecule is called co-repressor. Now we need to notice one thing, that in case of repression, the repressor alone doesn't bind at the operator region. The repressor first bind with the co-repressor and then it bind to the operator region. The free repressor is unable to bind at the operator region. But in case of induction, the free repressor is able to bind at the operator region. Here the effector molecule named inducer, which is usually required to remove the regulator from the operator region. And here the effector molecule named co-repressor need to join the repressor at the operator region. So the basic difference between the induction and repression is in the regulator. The free repressor or the regulator able to bind to the operator during induction, and in case of repression it unable to bind to the operator region. This is the basic difference between the induction and repression. So in the last part of the video, I need to tell the regulation of gene expression in prokaryote actually described by Jacob and Monod in their operon model. The repression, the induction, which we are actually talked about, are based on this operon model. Clear? Thank you.